June 6, 1972, Abbey Road Studios, London, first tracking day. David Gilmour reaches for a small Italian device glowing green on his amplifier stack. A Binson Echorec 2, designed for clean, precise echoes. He cranks the delay to maximum, 310 milliseconds, the exact length of one beat at money's tempo.
From my window, watching.
Every guitar note will bounce back perfectly in time with Roger Waters' 7-beat bass line. But something's different about this setup. The delay sounds unstable, unpredictable, wrong. Engineer Alan Parsons watches from behind the mixing desk. He's worked with the Beatles. He knows what professional sounds like. This isn't it. But sometimes wrong becomes legendary. What happened next would create one of rock's most recognizable sounds and launch Pink Floyd to global stardom. Here's the twist. If that echo had been correct, Money would have sounded like every other song on the radio. Generic, forgettable, dead. The story begins in 1971. Roger Waters, alone in a garden shed with nothing but a tape deck and an acoustic guitar. He's broke. The band is struggling, and he's obsessed with money, specifically how it corrupts everything it touches. Waters starts with the bass line, 7 beats, count along, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then back to 1. It's lopsided, unnatural, like loose change rolling off a table. But Waters doesn't just want a song about money. He wants it to sound like money. So, he starts collecting sounds. Coins clinking, cash registers ringing, receipts tearing, an adding machine chattering. Each sound precisely cut to 1 beat's length. By late 1971, Waters has his demo. Rough, raw, completely uncommercial. 7-beat time signatures don't get radio play. But Waters doesn't care about commercial success. Not yet. January 20th, 1972, Brighton Dome. Pink Floyd attempts Money, live for the first time. The tape loop with the sound effects goes out of sync. The band stumbles, stops. Disaster. "24 hours later, Portsmouth Guildhall. They try again. This time it works. The crowd goes wild. But there's still a problem. Those 7-beat verses are too weird for mainstream audiences. So the band adds a compromise. A straight 4/4 solo section wedged between the odd time verses. A bridge between experimental and accessible. Creative tension that would define everything coming next. Abbey Road Studios, Studio 2. The same room where the Beatles recorded Abbey Road. Now it's Pink Floyd's turn to make history. The basic track gets laid down live. Waters' Fender Precision bass plugs straight into the mixing desk. No amplifier, just raw percussive thud. Nick Mason's Ludwig drums pushing the tempo slightly faster as the song progresses, and Richard Wright's Wurlitzer electric piano chopped through a wah-wah pedal. Then Gilmour layers his guitars, all through that Echorec setup with the 310 millisecond delay. Whether he forced the machine beyond its limits by manipulating the playback heads, or whether the broken sound came from doubling the delay in the mix later, the result was the same, an echo that shouldn't work, but does. Alan Parsons makes a crucial decision. He records the dry guitar on one track and the delayed signal on another. In the quadraphonic mix, this creates a ping-pong effect, bouncing between speakers without smearing the notes. The mistake becomes the signature. Meanwhile, Parsons wrestles with Waters' sound effect loop. He creates a 20-foot tape loop, threading it around microphone stands so it won't sag. The loop provides a built-in count-off, then, by pure luck, lines up perfectly when it comes back between verses. An analog sampler built from razor blades and tape. October 27th, 1972. Dick Perry walks into Abbey Road with his saxophone. Pink Floyd has never used a sax player on record. But Money needs something to bridge progressive complexity with blues rock accessibility. Perry listens once, nods, steps up to the microphone. One take. His solo becomes the final piece, transforming Money from experimental curiosity into potential hit. But the band doesn't believe it will be a hit. This is too weird for radio. May 7th, 1973. American radio stations receive a mysterious package from Capitol Records. Inside, a 359 radio edit of Money. No explanation, no marketing campaign. Program directors are skeptical. 7-beat time signatures don't get airplay. But something happens when the song hits the airwaves. Listeners don't analyze the odd meter. They just hear the groove, the pocket, the way that wrong echo makes everything lock together. Phone lines light up. By July 28, 1973, Money peaks at number 13 on Billboard's Hot 100. Pink Floyd's first American hit. The twist? In Britain, they don't even release it as a single. They assume the odd meter groove won't work on daytime radio. America proves them wrong. The success catapults The Dark Side of the Moon back up the charts. The album camps on the Billboard 200 for 71 consecutive weeks. 18 years. But the real impact runs deeper. Money proves that experimental techniques can create mainstream success. That mistakes can become signatures. Guitar players worldwide start hunting for vintage Binson Echorec units. The machines become collector's items, fetching thousands. Boutique builders rush to create clones, each promising that distinctive one-beat slap. Record labels start chasing their own studio trick singles. Happy accidents become calculated success. Today, 50 years later, Money still closes concerts around the world. Teachers use the bass line to drill students on irregular time signatures. YouTube overflows with bedroom musicians dissecting the echo effect. The song has become immortal. But why? Because sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come from breaking the rules. Sometimes discoveries happen when we stop trying to do things correctly and start trying to do things differently. Gilmour didn't know he was making history when he set up that Echorec. He just knew the conventional sound wasn't working. So, he tried something wrong. And that wrong echo became prog rock gold. But here's the question that haunts every musician who's tried to recreate this sound. Was it really an accident? Or did Gilmour know exactly what he was doing? The answer might change everything you think you know about how music history gets made. Put on your headphones tonight and listen to Money. Focus on that slap-back echo bouncing one beat behind every guitar note. Hear why the mistake became magic.